live at Onigashima. I'm Jimmy.
And I'm Anthony, and this is chapter 1114, The Wings of Icarus, a fitting title. This is gonna get old saying all these 111s all the time. I'm gonna learn how to say it. I'm gonna have to learn how to say the actual numbers, but
what, learning numbers? Who does that?
So we got this cover story. We got a continue of the pilgrimage. I really just hope this like mounts to something more. Like, it's cute to see Yamato go around and everything, but
I think what it's gonna help do is start tying up a lot of the loose ends we were missing from Wano, because we're gonna see her go to the different regions. Like, I think we're gonna see something with what was that guy's name? The guy that stole Zoro's sword, the transforming Kitsune thing. I think she's gonna travel and see a lot of different things, basically.
All right, well, yeah.
Let's hop into the chapter.
All right, so we got straight up. We're back in. After last chapter, we straight up get Sakazuki doing the dragon face. He's just looking
all of these people just sitting on their asses doing nothing. Just a bunch of ellipses from all of them.
But we cut back around the world to see like people's reaction. People are saying like, Vegapunk, you're stupid. Where's your proof at Mocktown? Which was where we saw oh no,
that's what we've done, Jaya.
Yeah, I was gonna
say. But one of the things I really liked about this is I'm glad no one's just like, oh, it's Vegapunk saying it. Of course we believe him. There's people that are like kind of swayed one way or the other. But you can see all the important people are like, yep, makes sense. You're all doomed. We got our boy Dofi back here being like, haha, you dumbass.
Dude, he's always screaming. He was like, oh, we could always go. Dude, Magellan set up the transponder snail for him. He was like, please, please, bro.
He's like, please, I gotta. Just give me this one thing. Give me that transponder
Magellan's
snail.
like, dude, I'm
like, why the fuck is Magellan just chilling here with it?
Yeah.
He just has that much pull.
I guess so, bro. And he's like, okay, we could always go somewhere high up. People are kind of conflating that and being like, oh, he means the moon. But I think he just is like,
I think he was implying the red line.
Yeah,
but I could potentially also see it being maybe the Sky Islands also. I don't know. We'll see where it takes them. We'll see if the red lens of the red line get infested by filthy
Speaking of
human.
Sky Islands, skipping ahead just a little bit. There's a lot that happens in this chapter, but skipping ahead just a little bit, we saw where Edison went in this chapter, and we saw that he like made extra clouds for the Straw Hats to be able to hop off the island. So now we kind of have an out, right?
And honestly, that makes so much sense in retrospect. Like, I was wondering this whole time, like, what the hell is Edison gonna do to launch them? He's not launching them. He's just giving them a bigger path.
Right. So,
but I also really like seeing everyone defend Robin here. We said it last chapter, but I like the panel of just all of them being so ready to act on Saturn. And honestly, they're kind of doing work to him. I'm not gonna say they're doing a lot, but they're holding him off.
They are, yeah. All of them versus Saturn. I mean, and dude, Lilith is there too. I'm a firm believer that Lilith is gonna be either the last Vegapunk to die or on the crew. Yeah. So
I think she's not gonna die, and she's gonna end up going with the crew. I think it's gonna be her and York left. So
yeah,
I mean,
probably.
we've basically seen everybody else die. Like, Edison's the last one left. So
well, Edison's probably gonna go down here.
He's
Atlas
dying
still
here
alive?
for sure.
I thought Atlas was still
alive.
alive.
I guess Atlas is somewhere.
Yeah,
she's gonna die too.
She's fighting
we all know
Nozjuro, I think. Yeah, but probably. So we see all these reactions around the world. The Gorosei are getting fucking heated. They're like, no, you can't. And Vegapunk is spilling Void Century knowledge. He's talking about specifically the Void Century, and I'm just gonna skip to the end real quick. He drops that he's talking about Joy Boy, right? He's telling the world that Joy Boy exists pretty much, and that he was the first pirate. So that's news to us that he was actually a pirate. But it seems that like,
we knew he was pirate, but it's crazy that he started all of this.
Yeah.
One of the things I thought about Vegapunk really like opening up and being like, hey, here's the history of the Void Century, is I was surprised the Celestial Dragon was like, what do you mean the Void Century? What is he talking about? Like, so that makes me think, because they've already started hinting at this with Mulesguard, but maybe not necessarily all the Celestial Dragons are bad, and we were made to believe that at first. But that type of thinking is kind of what the Celestial Dragons think about, like, Fishman and Human, right? They're all bad. So I think Oda is this is his way of sneaking in different Celestial Dragons that are maybe just ignorant. Like, maybe they're not necessarily amazing, but it's not necessarily like they know either. They're not masterminds behind all this shit. It's really just Emu being the mastermind behind it.
And we see Emu here, dude. Emu also giving the classic line.
Dude's not a yapper.
He's not, yeah. We also see confirmation of Saul being alive, right? I mean, we kind of knew before they did say he was alive, but we see him here.
We get to see him again. I did like seeing that again.
Yeah, and we also got to see Chocho, which is great. I
Back
forgot
to
about Chocho.
One of the things I like there, I don't know if you noticed, there's a straw hat on top of the building. They're honoring Luffy. They're like, yes.
Oh yeah. No, I didn't notice that. That's funny. But yeah, I think another big thing that people are talking about this chapter, I think honestly the main thing is the reveal of the Mother Flame. So the Mother Flame now, and people are dissecting this to all hell. The first thing I want to say, maybe I'm just stupid, maybe you can tell me, but who is that person like whacking the machine in the Mother Flame
Honestly,
room?
I thought it looked a little bit weird. From context, I think it's just Mars, but like I don't know. It was weird to me also. I was like, who is that? He didn't look like Mars.
Yeah,
because he's also wearing his like jacket like that. Like I don't think that's the Admiral way of doing it.
Right.
Yeah, so I don't know who that is necessarily. Maybe we'll get more information next chapter. Smoker, you think Smoker's out here destroying Vegapunk's lab?
Nah, probably not. But so people are really dissecting the flame in the middle. So clearly this is what. So now we know this is the artificial thing that the Gorosei are trying to protect, and that they want for the big Lelucia bomb, right? And they need this in order to like power that. So I'm interested to know. Oh, and people were also pointing out that this whole arrangement kind of looked like the thing we saw in the NL cover story, on the ancient.
Yeah, on the Arc Maxim and the ancient things with the automata. Yeah, so this is. I mean, I just like it a lot because you can see so many more connections to Skypiea. Like, I'm pretty sure if you go back in that arc, it's basically going to tell us the story of Joy Boy, but very hidden.
Mm-hmm.
Like. And one of the things I really like about the Mother Flame also is it shows this infinite power source, but it looks like it's also somewhat limited, right? Because if it wasn't limited, then wouldn't it just... They would have already had unlimited power to create all of these Lelucia bombs.
Well, they said it at the beginning of this arc, right? Like, Vegapunk was like, I wish I could make this like undying flame.
But if it's really an eternal Mother Flame, you would think that means unlimited. But I wonder why the power, like, it can't emit that much power.
Vegapunk created this one, or they're just holding this one, and that this one's not artificial, and that this is like the
I think it
Mother
has
Flame.
To be artificial, to be honest, because I don't think if it wasn't artificial, how the hell would Vegapunk get his hands on it without the Gorosei stepping in and just murdering him?
Well, maybe he was like tasked to duplicate it.
Maybe that could be it too. I don't know. There's so many things that this Mother Flame can do. One of the other things, it seems like it's also very similar to the Seraphim fire, because that was kind of fire that like protected everything also, and like never really went out unless like they wanted it to.
Yeah,
I wonder.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say one last thing. Is I wonder if this flame is just so irresistible to things, like even like water. Like, is it actually like, can Seraphim go underwater with this type of fire also and just like be chilling?
Maybe.
Like, I don't know.
I mean,
probably not.
I think so.
That's a different issue.
I had a good. I watched Parvision's video recently, and one of the things that he brought up that I kind of want to talk about that I think was a good point was that this Mother Flame is very similar looking. Now that I'm looking at it, obviously, like to like Luffy's hair. It's very similar to, like you said, the Lunarians. The point that Parvision made was that maybe everybody inside them has like some sort of flame, and that they can like bring it out or not, and like the Lunarian special power is that they can bring it out, but like that main energy, that source of like love or whatever that is that like Luffy is using to bring out of him, the thing that like awakens that thing in the Iron Giant to stand up, this is like, the fire inside, and so somehow it connects to all that. It was kind of the theory. I don't know like how connected this Mother Flame is to each of the things that we've seen before. Like, clearly it powered the weapon, so my idea of like how this is going to play out is that like obviously the Gorosei are going to try to protect this thing, right? So they're not going to want to destroy everything. They don't, because even if they think the transponder snail's in here, they really don't want to destroy the Mother Flame, and they don't want to destroy Punk Records either. But I think it's going to get to a point where Emu is just like, screw it, do the Lucia bomb anyways with like the little mother flame we have left, because like this information is too much. I think that Vegapunk's gonna reveal even more, and at that point it'll be, you know, probably up to Kizaru to get back up and make the final decision as to whether that happens.
I wonder, like, how much are we actually going to get? Because like you said, I agree that we're probably going to get a lot more from Vegapunk here, and Imu's going to want to stop them more. But I wonder how far Oda's going to go with telling us part of the story already. Are we going to actually go into the depths of what happened during the Void Century? Because Vegapunk said it, he does know a little bit, but you can also tell by what he said, he's like, I don't know the full story. So that's Oda saving it for us at the end of the story. So I'm wondering what we're going to end up seeing. One of the other things, like you were saying about having like the fire inside as like the power source, we did see the Iron Giant again. So I wonder if he's not moving towards Luffy and Gear 5 necessarily. Maybe he's moving towards the Mother Flame. So I don't know.
Potentially, yeah.
But speaking of Luffy, also, we just to do a little bit of power scaling for a second. We see him go Gear 5 again instantly, which is I was a little surprised about. I thought he started to tap out, but
he's back, yeah.
He's chilling. Food really does fix everything.
I mean, Dory and Brogy were like, "Oh my god, like what are you doing?" But you know, they're.
But even in Gear 5, because we said it last chapter that he punches War Curie and hurt himself because he wasn't in Gear 5, and we're like, I wonder what's gonna happen if he's in Gear 5 and tries this, because he was not powered up, and he still can't do it. Same thing happened. And again, his fist is on fire again, even though this attack wasn't one that uses fire like Red Rock.
Yeah. No, so I was wrong.
I wonder
so
if
this guy definitely is
power that War Curie has
for sure. Yeah, I think at this point, because he was like charging with fire power at Dory and Brogy, and they were like, "Oh my god, that's hot." So I think at this point, yeah, he definitely has fire power. I might have just misinterpreted that before, but
no, but it made sense, and I think that's what Oda was trying to hide with it. So I wonder what other powers all of these people have.
They probably have more, yeah. I mean,
it seems like there's a lot of different elemental powers, because we know ice with Venus Joe, we know fire now with him, and we saw poison with the other one.
True, and I guess like earth for the worm.
The earthworm.
And then flying energy blast for the bird.
No, air. It's an airbender.
Oh, air, okay.
Come on.
Oh, I think they're all really cool. Oh, you know what? One thing I wanted to point out, we finally got to see the Big Mom pirates again. Smoothie, wasn't she on the ship that was on the way to Wano? Or am I tripping?
The one that, yeah, I think so. I'm not 100% sure. All I know is Paraspero was there because he was the only one that did anything that arc from the Big Mom pirates.
Yeah, that's true. Well, another thing I wanted to talk about with this chapter is the this earthquake that happened. Right. What do you think that this kind of came out of nowhere? Like he was like,
well, I think the earthquake they're talking about, I'm pretty sure it's just the Lelucia one.
I think so, because that happened like a couple of days ago. Well, that happened like a week ago in this timeline, right? So it'd have to be like an after effect.
No. I think it happened like a day ago or so, because he basically when Luffy and them were arriving there, that's when Sabo ended up going back to Dragon, because Sabo was there when Kuma was there, and Kuma didn't leave until Bonnie was in danger. So it must have happened.
The Lucia thing happened like a week after or before he came back to the.
Well, I think it must have happened only like a day before, maybe, and then or maybe it did happen a week, and it took a while for the ripples to go throughout the world.
I feel like there was.
I think the craziest part is Vegapunk was able to predict this happening, meaning he knew the world government's plans. And if the world government, if it's so systematic that he could break it down to when the exact earthquake is going to happen, like, what is the world government? Are they just really following some type of script or something?
They might be, or I mean, he might have gotten like intel or whatever from them, so he knew that in this one instance it would happen. But he makes it out to seem that it was like some big celestial prediction or something. So I feel like the weather is gonna be a big thing here, you know. Like,
I mean, we also saw when Imu was firing the bomb or whatever it is, that he said like, oh, it's time to use the Lelucia, it's ready to. So like obviously there's something that has to occur that maybe is not fully in their control to let them use it. I wonder if it's that aligning planets thing, and maybe it's, oh, if one planet's aligned, that's when they can use it because of how things affect. I don't know. Probably a stretch, but
I mean,
I'm just very curious.
Yeah, I think it'll be interesting to see how this all plays out. I don't know. I feel like I have a lot of big theories that I need to like cook for a little bit. So I think
Yeah,
we should just end
I
it
literally
here,
just
'cause-
I read the chapter like a few hours ago, and I'm just spitballing, but this has a lot. So please let us know what you guys think in the comments. We got a break week, so we have a lot of time to think about
yeah.
it, and we would love to hear what you guys think.
Yeah, let us know in the comments. Fight us in the comments. In fact, I don't know. I feel like this is like theory weeks for
This is
the
definitely
community.
theory week.
This is just
Honestly,
like,
this is another great chapter to go on break for because there's so much to think
a
about
lot
with this
to chew
one.
on. Yeah. All right, y'all. We'll see you in 2 weeks, if not maybe sooner, but probably in 2 weeks. So peace out.
Peace out, y'all.